Hello everyone, it's Mark here, and today we're going to talk about how to improve your focus. So in short, focus is your ability to have unparalleled attention on one specific thing, or maybe even multiple things at one time. However, you have to be careful with how you approach the latter. So my recommendation with people when they want to improve focus is to first understand what it is that's distracting them. Instead of just jumping into something that immediately requires focus, you're gonna first need to understand what it is that is pulling you away from being able to focus in the first place. And the opposite to focus is distraction. So what we have to look at with distraction is really just our day-to-day life. There's many things that want to pull in our attention, and there's many different things out there that are trying to compete for your attention. For example, the platform you're on right now, YouTube, there's tons of different videos that are trying to compete for minutes or maybe even hours of your attention, depending on the video. So to start with, you need to first look at where it is that your time is going, so that you can understand how to disperse focal focus. It's very easy in today's day and age to be distracted. There is things like social media, which is probably the biggest contributor that leads to distraction. We'll start there and then we'll branch out. So social media in itself is designed for you to not want to stop scrolling or to have this continued draw to the platform. So your brain is actually being rewired the more that you use a particular application. And that rewiring of your brain is actually going to perpetuate the cycle of distraction. And that in itself is actually going to create a feedback loop in of itself. So the more that you use these applications, the more your brain is going to be rewired to be distracted, therefore you will be distracted. And then that just kind of creates this perpetual cycle within itself. So first and foremost, my recommendation is monitoring your social media use and what applications you use for social media. I myself would really enjoy if I didn't have to use social media at all, but for business purposes, it's something that's important that I use. So what I like to do is actually structure my time around, or set structured time when it is that I'm going to use social media. So for example, once a week, I don't use social media at all. Typically on Sundays, I remove myself from any type of online application. And what I find is even with that one day, the following day I have already this a little bit more fine-tuned in terms of my ability to focus on certain tasks. I don't feel so drawn towards something. And what you'll notice is as you do that, you may experience even these like fear mechanisms within yourself where you're like, oh, I'm probably missing something. And that's exactly what those applications are designed to do, to give you the FOMO, the fear of missing out, right? But what's cool is if you actually do like a 7-day or a 30-day detox and you go back to these applications, you're going to notice that you probably didn't miss anything. You might have missed some news, you might have missed a birthday, but if it really mattered that much, you would have found out another way, or you would have found the time to make sure that you reached out to the people that you wanted to reach out to. So social media is a massive one. Again, they are designed to draw in your attention, and in a world where it's so hard to stay focused, that is such an easy distraction. Think of the last time that you wanted to do something creatively, or you wanted to really envelop yourself, your cognition into something, that you just felt this need to like pop onto Instagram, see like, all right, like what's going on, or go onto Reddit, or whatever it is, right? And what happens is when you go to the social media or whatever your distraction outlet is, it's been scientifically shown that it actually takes you about 30 minutes to get back to where you initially were cognitively in a given task. So it's important that when you do decide to commit to something, that is the sole thing that you're going to do. And limiting your social media or putting it into blocked time, which is what I like to do, is a great way to make sure that you can still stay in the loop and not miss out, but also you give yourself enough time to actually get things done. Another thing that you can look at is email. That's a very easy outlet to get drawn into. I myself, if I am going to invest my time and focus and energy into something, I'm making sure that there's no possible way that somebody can get in contact with me, whether that be through email, a phone call, a text message, whatever it is. It's just endless the amount of ways people can contact you. I put my phone either on airplane mode or do not disturb, and I'm putting my phone away, out of sight, out of mind. And that way I'm left with what it is that I want to focus on. And you're going to notice probably the first couple times that you do this that you're going a little bit crazy. You're like, all right, so there's like this thing, I want to do this thing. You're looking at it and you're like, okay, so what is it that I need to do? I need to do that. Okay. All right, I got to go do this thing. And you're going to notice your attention just gets like drawn away. And that is that monkey mind that's coming out. And that's that programming, more importantly, that's identifying itself. But what you'll find over time, just like anything, the more that you can practice putting in your focus into something, you're going to have a better ability to retain that focus and not go back to your innate programming of, say, like the monkey mind. There's a really good book that I would recommend around this topic called Deep Work by Cal Newport. It is a phenomenal read. It changed the way that I actually looked at focus and distraction, and a lot of what I mentioned came from this book. To give you kind of an idea of what deep work itself is, he describes it as the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It's a skill that allows you to quickly master complicated information and produce better results in less time. Deep work will make you better at what you do and provide a sense of true fulfillment that comes from craftsmanship. There's so many things that we can pull apart from that in of itself, but I highly suggest reading through that and actually trying to apply what it is that he says. It's very, very challenging to do initially, and you'll quickly notice your tics to want to try to distract yourself. You'll do almost anything to try to actually pull away from the thing that you're trying to accomplish. What's really cool is how he relates a lot of this back to craftsmanship. Craftsmanship is a really potent word because in order to be a craftsman of something, we'll say you're going to make a sword and you're a world-renowned sword maker, you have to have an unparalleled level of focus and attention to detail in order to be able to execute said thing. And a lot of people who have gone through any type of apprenticeship where they do things that are more hands-on, they tend to be very focused people. And when you're focused in one thing, that is highly transferable into many other areas of your life. And what he suggests in the book is being a craftsman of your practice, your craft, whatever it is that you do, whether that be an author writing a book, an artist drawing, being a trainer, a coach, whatever it is, being able to tap into that focus is an extremely powerful and invaluable tool, not only for right now, but also as we progress into the future. Your ability to focus on things and remain focused on certain tasks is going to be potentially one of the determining factors that is going to be the difference between you getting a position, getting a promotion, submitting a paper on time versus another person. So it goes really deep, and the implications of it are quite powerful. You can even relate to how this might work in a relationship, for example, your ability to hold space for your partner and have undivided attention for what it is that they're saying or something that they want to do or discuss. Being able to really tap into that and in and out of it is an invaluable tool that is going to upgrade many aspects of your life, and something that I try to represent in many parts of my own life. So check out this book one more time. It's called Deep Work by Cal Newport. It's a very, very good read. It's digestible, it's not too technical, and the way that he approaches it is very objective as well. I believe he's a computer programmer, instructor, professor by trade, so the way in which he goes about it is quite systematic. It's really cool. So in short, the first thing that you need to identify is what it is that is distracting you. What are you being distracted by on a day-to-day basis? Is it social media? Is it the media itself from TV? Is it the email? Again, if you just try to be aware of what's distracting you, you're gonna be like, holy crap, like it's overwhelming how many things are trying to seek your attention. Once you know what's distracting you, it's simple. You just have to eliminate that for blocks of your week or even for blocks of your day. Even start with 30 minutes, start with an hour and a half. Whatever it might be, start with something small that is actually realistic and then try to grow it to a bigger time as you start to build the cognitive capability of being able to focus for a set amount of time. Then once you have that, see where else you can translate that into your life. Not only say in your job, but see if it translates into your relationships, the way that you work out, the way in which you go about doing said sport, whatever it might be. You can be creative with how you output your focus, but you'll start to notice that it's not just about finding the time for the one thing. It's about how it actually incorporates into the bigger picture. And that's where how powerful it is really resonated with me anyway. So I hope you found this video useful. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Let me know if you've read the book, if you've never heard of it, if you're gonna get into it. I'm very open to feedback and what you guys have to say. Also, let me know what type of content you guys would like in the future. I'm going to be going through all the comments myself, and I'm going to have a look at them and see what you guys have to say. If this is content that you enjoy, then don't be afraid to subscribe and like this video as well, as it does help to bring more like-minded people to the community. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed the material, and I'll see you in the next one.